In the valley of Elah, two armies faced each other like silent mountains. Israel on one ridge, the Philistines on the other. Between them stretched an empty battlefield, echoing the challenge of a single man. Goliath of Gath, a giant of terrifying proportions, stood nearly 10 feet tall. His bronze armor gleamed in the sun, and his booming voice struck fear into Israel's hearts. Twice a day, for 40 days, he descended into the valley and issued his taunt. "Why do you line up for battle? Am I not a Philistine? Choose a man to fight me. If he kills me, we will be your servants. But if I prevail, you will serve us." His words fell like thunder, and not one man in Saul's army dared answer. Even Saul, the king, chosen for his strength and stature, sat paralyzed in his tent. Fear ruled the camp. Far from the battlefield, David, the youngest son of Jesse, tended his father's sheep on the hills of Bethlehem. Though he was a shepherd, his days in the wild had made him strong and brave. He fought lions and bears that threatened the flock, his faith unwavering that God was with him. One day, Jesse sent David to the Israelite camp with food for his brothers and instructions to bring back news of the battle. Excited, David hurried along the dusty road, eager to see the armies of Israel. When he arrived, he found no battle, only fear. Soldiers murmured about Goliath, how none dared face him, and how King Saul promised riches and his daughter's hand in marriage to the man who defeated the giant. David's curiosity led him to the valley's edge, just as Goliath thundered his challenge. The men of Israel shrank back, but David's eyes narrowed in disbelief. "Who is this Philistine to defy the armies of the living God?" His words spread quickly, reaching King Saul. The king summoned the young shepherd, surprised to see a boy with such boldness. "You wish to face Goliath?" Saul asked, incredulous. David met the king's doubt with conviction. "Your servant has fought lions and bears to protect his father's flock. The same God who delivered me then will deliver me from this Philistine." Saul hesitated but saw something in David's unwavering faith. "Go, and may the Lord be with you." The king offered David his own armor, but David shook his head. "I cannot fight in these. I am not used to them." Instead, he took only his staff, his sling, and 5 smooth stones from the brook. David stepped into the valley, his small figure stark against the towering Goliath. The Philistines roared with laughter when they saw him. Goliath sneered, "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? Come here, boy, and I will feed your flesh to the birds." David stood firm, his voice clear and defiant. "You come at me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts. Today he will deliver you into my hands, and all will know that there is a God in Israel." The giant roared, charging forward like a storm, his footsteps shaking the earth. David ran to meet him, swift and unafraid. From his pouch, he pulled a single stone and placed it in his sling. He swung it once, twice, and let it fly. The stone streaked through the air, striking Goliath square in the forehead. The giant stumbled, his roar silenced, before he crashed to the ground with a thunderous finality. The valley fell into stunned silence. David approached the fallen giant, drew Goliath's own sword, and severed his head. The Philistines, seeing their champion slain, turned and fled in terror. The men of Israel, their fear replaced with triumph, pursued them across the battlefield. When David returned to camp, he was no longer just a shepherd boy. Word of his victory spread quickly, and songs were sung in his honor. But David remained unchanged, humble and resolute in his faith. To him, the battle had never been about strength, weapons, or size. It had been a testament to the power of trusting in something greater than oneself. The shepherd who defeated a giant became a symbol of courage, forever remembered as a man after God's own heart.